Hello, this short video will show you how to complete a summary action using pivot tables inside of Google Sheets. Okay, let's go ahead and get started then. So the data that I'm going to use for this video is the number of uninsured children in the United States. I have information at the county level here, so this is for all counties in the United States, roughly 3,000 records. The age category is 4, so this is for people under the age of 19. And then the income category here has been specified to be 3, which is the poorest income category, or the lowest income. The summary that I need to obtain is a total for the number of children, and then also the total for those children that are uninsured. So I need a sum of column J here and also of column K. I'm going to accomplish this using a pivot table inside of Google Sheets. To get started, I'm going to want to select all of the data on the all of the data in the data table, and then select Data, Pivot Table. In this first window, the top part indicates what data you would like summarized. Because I have pre-highlighted my data table, that has already been taken care of for me. And in the bottom part, we either need to put the output into a new sheet or an existing sheet. I would encourage you to always put it onto a new sheet so it does not mess up our existing data table. So let's hit Create. And what that's going to do is invoke the pivot table editor on this new sheet. So I'm on a new sheet now. The data is back over here on the other sheet. Over here on the right is my pivot table editor, and what I'm going to want to do is specify quantities in the values box here. So we'll talk about the rows box in a future module, but here I'm just going to select the values box. And then I need to specify what field do you want to put in the values box. So the first one that I'm going to do is number and group. In my values box, I have options for what kind of summary is being done. Now I actually wanted the sum of that column. So I was hoping to get the sum of the number and group. And that is indeed the default setting here for this particular summary. If you want to get other summaries, those are available from that drop-down box right next to sum. You can see that I can get count information, I could do an average, min, max, median, I could do standard deviations, etc. But here I just want to obtain a sum, so I'm going to leave that as it was originally. We also have options as under show as. I could do things as a percent, for example. Here I just want to leave that as the default. Now this is a sum for the number and group, but I also will need a sum for the uninsured. So I'm going to add another summary here, and I'm going to say uninsured. Likewise, I can specify what that is being summarized by and also how it appears in your data table. So let's blow this up a little bit so that we can see that a little bit better. And now you can see that I have obtained the sum of the number of children in that demographic group, and then also the sum of the number of uninsured children. If I want to compute the overall percentage, I can simply do that in a cell here. I can just say take this quantity and divide it by this quantity to obtain the overall percentage of children that are uninsured. And that rate is, if we move that decimal over, that rate is 6.8%. If you would like to format this value, you can do that under the format, number, and this would be a percent would be the appropriate format here. So I can select percent, and that'll change that to a percentage for me. Okay, that's how you obtain a summary using pivot tables in Google Sheets. Thank you.